my people? This is ShowBizz the adult. July 14th, Matisse versus Manny Pacquiao. I decided to take this moment to pick an old scab. Was Manny Pacquiao on steroids? First of all, Manny Pacquiao started at 108 pounds soaking wet. The reason why that is significant is because he was a 108-pound grown man. But to go from a 108-pound man to a 147-pound man, and not only keeping your power, but being the most devastating puncher pound for pound in the game, that puts me on pause. Okay, I've been watching boxing a very long time. So when I saw this guy go from a 108-pound man to a 147-pound man, that's not the big deal. The big deal is him not only carrying his power to 147, but being the biggest puncher at 147. So at 147, he was doing bizarre things to me. Not only knocking out Ricky Hatton, did he kill him? He may have killed him. He was dribbling Miguel Cotto off the canvas, okay? He knocked Miguel Cotto so many. This is Miguel Cotto. This is a guy who shakes off punches from middleweights, okay? But Manny Pacquiao, coming from 108 to 147, was dribbling Cotto off the canvas, all right? This guy broke Antonio Margarito's orbital bone. He dropped Sugar Shane Mosley. We all know what kind of chin Sugar Shane Mosley had, right? The only person that really dropped Sugar Shane Mosley was Vernon Forrest, right? This guy, Manny Pacquiao, dropped Sugar Shane Mosley. Not only that, Sugar Shane Mosley was scared to death. Speaking of scared to death, Manny Pacquiao's power was so crazy that, remember Joshua Clottey? Remember Clottey? Clottey was blocking so much he couldn't even throw a punch. He was afraid to throw a punch because that would open him up to get clipped by Manny Pacquiao, a guy coming from 108. Manny Pacquiao was the biggest puncher at 147 for 2 years. Manny Pacquiao hasn't knocked out a guy in about 10 years. He fought Algieri. He dropped him a few times, but he didn't knock him out. He hit Brandon Rios with everything but the kitchen sink. And Brandon Rios was saying, come on, bring it on, give me more. This guy went from a guy that was the most devastating puncher at 147 to being a guy who hasn't had a knockout in 10 years. How many times did he hit Jeff Horn flush? So how does that happen? How does a guy go from 108 to 147 and be the most devastating puncher at 147 only for 2 years? Now, I've heard some people say he got old. Let me tell you something about boxing. The last thing to go is your power. That's the last thing to go. But not only that, he hasn't knocked a guy out in 10 years, meaning that he was 29 years old the last time he had a knockout. I know his power didn't just leave then. There were many Manny Pacquiao fans at the time who really took up for him and said that he wasn't on steroids. And I think the biggest reason why they did that wasn't because they weren't smart. It was because the dislike of Floyd Mayweather was so big that they'd rather see Floyd Mayweather as a coward than seeing Manny Pacquiao, somebody who took steroids. It was a side choosing thing. But without choosing sides, if you just use your brain on what you're looking at, it was easy to tell that Manny Pacquiao was doing something. ShowBizz the adult. I'm out.